guys, my name is Oluwatoyomi, and today is the first day of me posting 7 days consecutively on YouTube. I am going to be posting for the rest of this week, so please, if this is your first time of stopping by, stay tuned, make sure to subscribe, and I cannot wait for you guys to get value for your time. That was me just waiting for the ambulance to go. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be telling you why I think I'm wasting my 20s. If you're an OG subscriber on this channel, you know that I am in my mid-20s right now. And I have been sick. It's like a pandemic. Everywhere I turn, what I wish I did in my 20s. I regret not doing this in my 20s. I should have done this in my 20s. Like, it's all over YouTube. And someone that lives on YouTube, I'm concerned. And I feel like I'm wasting my 20s because I'm watching those videos. Everything they are saying don't do, I am doing. And so I am making this video out of curiosity and confusion. May we not be confused in Jesus' name. But then I am just going to be breaking down the reasons why I feel like I am wasting my 20s. Luckily, in my out of what I'm not wasting it in Jesus' name. Anyway, without much talking, let's just get right into the video. Firstly, so this is the time I feel like I should be loving myself more, knowing who I am, growing in my 20s. Like, this is how I feel like in the moment. The problem is, I don't even feel like I'm in my 20s. I feel like I'm in my teens. I feel like I'm 17. Now, when I start feeling like I'm in my 20s, I feel like I'm going to be in my 30s to feel like I'm in my 20s. Because right now, I feel like I'm a teenager. So how am I supposed to do the things I'm supposed to do in my 20s now, when I don't even feel like I'm in my 20s? But I'm just saying, those people making those videos are saying like, oh yeah, in your 20s, you feel like you're in your 20s. To be able to do those things, they are regretting. I wish I am able to do those things now. But I don't feel like I'm in my 20s. And they say, oh, when you're in your 20s, don't bother. You just find out what you like, find out what you want. I feel like I should be on my career path so that when I'm in my 30s, I am not trying to lobby for jobs that are only available for those in their 20s. So now that you're telling me to try things out, how do I focus on a career path when I'm trying things out? You guys are confusing me. Explain and make me understand. Because the thing of the societal countdown is making me feel like I'm too conscious. They tell you, now is the time to do this. When you're older, you won't be able to do it. And you're telling me to figure out what I like. Like, how do I figure out what I like and pursue a career at the same time? I don't want to do something that will be a waste of time. And I also have limited time. So how do I don't know I am supposed to explore different careers to be able to finally choose one when I'm turning 30 in like 5 years. And that is what I'm supposed to be doing in my 20s. I'm already 5 years down. I don't get it when they go, oh, figure out what you like and also invest in your future self. Like, this is the investment. Like, all of the, invest in your future self and experiment in your 20s. I don't understand. Invest in your future self on one side and experiment. Like, it takes so much time to experiment. When do you even get the time to invest in your future self in your 20s when they are telling you to experiment? I just feel like a lot of these videos are not as explanatory enough and can be very, very misleading. I like to experiment. I want to experiment. I also, at the same time, want to invest in my future. Can I invest in my future by experimenting? Because even in the future, as is come, right now, I don't even have a lot of time to experiment because I need to work to pay my bills. So, like, am I going to be experimenting to pay my bills to survive in this time? And they say, oh, the 20s are the time to party, hang out, go to places, travel. Oh, bro, I want to sleep. I feel like sleeping. I want to sleep all the time. I know I'm supposed to be partying, but I want to sleep. Am I wasting my 20s? Like, I just want to sleep. Am I wasting my 20s like this? Like, I'm wasting it because this is the time for me to party, but I feel like sleeping all the time. Even if I just woke up, I feel like sleeping. And please don't say I'm indisciplined. I just feel like sleeping. I also want to broaden my social circles and sharpen my social skills, but there's literally nowhere to go. Like, I don't know anybody. Like, they say these things as if you have all of the friends in the world, like, have all the opportunities in the world at 20. And they say, oh, in your 20s, don't be anxious. Everything is going to fall in place. Everything is going to make sense. I'm anxious. I'm very anxious. So yeah, what are we going to do about it? Because I'm in my 20s. Am I wasting my 20s by being anxious? Like, I'm anxious. Okay, what are we going to do about it? Stop being anxious. That's taking a lot of time and a lot of money. And it doesn't mean I'm wasting my 20s. Because you say you regret being anxious, then But a lot of fasting like 30s and they are still anxious. I'm anxious. What are we going to do about it? It's like everybody is so oblivious of the fact that there's a lot of pressure that comes with being in your 20s. Like it's like you're being forced to grow up. Your brain is expected to develop overnight. Like, and time is racing. Like nobody's talking about the pressure you feel by feeling behind in life and trying to catch up, trying to do something for yourself. And they're like, oh, don't be anxious. Like nobody's talking about what you do when you feel anxious. Nobody's talking about what you do when you feel like you're supposed to be going at your own pace, but you can't because you have things to do and clock is ticking. And nobody's talking about what you're supposed to be doing when you feel like you should be going at your own pace, but there's actually not time to go at your own pace, because if you're trying to go at your own pace, you're going to be left alone. You're going to be missing out on opportunities, and it's going to be hard to catch on. Like, if you want to grow, I'm in my 20s, I want to go at my own pace too. But the universe, the system is not even allowing me. So does that mean I'm wasting my 20s? And I hear a lot of follow your passion, follow your dreams. And it's so funny because we live in a world that your passion doesn't necessarily make money for you. If you're in your 20s, most of the time you have to fend for yourself. So how do you follow your passion at the same time and fend for yourself while you're in your 20s? And especially because you don't want to be wasting your 20s by following your path, by following your dreams. I feel like just follow your dreams. Because your passion may not necessarily bring food on your table. I think follow your dreams first. When you make some money, then follow your passion. They say follow your passion all the time, like your passion will fuel, like your passion will pay your rent. Some passions are very lucrative, but a lot of time you need money to kind of make some of these passions give you like return on investment. So if your passion is making music and your music has not blown, I know you're pursuing it in your 20s, but how are you going to survive? Like, how are you going to fend for yourself, take care of your bills, pay your rent, feed yourself, do a lot of other things? Because that's the same way you're supposed to be doing your 20s, following your passion. Even if your passion is like spending money and creating fashion content or travel content, following your passion. Like, how are you supposed to fund that? How are you supposed to fund your travels? How are you going to fund your content creation if that is all you're following and you don't have another stream of income? And let's not pretend like following your passion and actually having a job is an easy thing to do. Oh my God, I hear this one a lot. It's okay to change your mind, try out different things, but a lot of times I personally feel like when I change my mind, I'm changing down laziness, or I'm chickening out. Or I'm changing it because my options are limited. I want to change my mind too. I don't just like the way it seems like, oh, it's so easy to do these things when you're in your 20s. Because I want to change my mind about some things. What if the options are limited? Or what if I don't have as much choices? Does that mean I'm wasting my 20s? So I'm using it so much. It's travel in your 20s, visit countries. I want to travel, but sister, I've been seeing the economics. I've been seeing the economy of the world. Like, travel in your 20s. I regret not traveling in my 20s. Okay, I am in my 20s now. I want to travel. What is going to buy the tickets? And what is going to sponsor the trip? Like, how can you be regretting something that you were not able to do? Regret things that you could do and you didn't. Don't come and regret traveling, because a lot of us in our 20s can't even afford to travel. When you're in your 30s, you look back, oh, you wish you traveled then if you had the money. How many to come and say, oh, I wish I traveled in my 20s, now is the time for you to travel? Like, have you seen what capitalism is doing? Because I want to travel too. Does that mean I'm wasting my 20s by not traveling because I cannot afford to travel? Biologically, the woman is best to have kids before you're 35. Like, that already limits my time. Because in my 20s, I want to explore. But if I'm going to be giving birth before 35, I need to kind of focus and find somebody that we will, progress till my biological clock actually starts to tick. But then, if I'm exploring in my 20s, like, I don't understand. Like, if I'm exploring and I'm finding myself in my 20s, I'm 29, I'm in my 20s up to I'm 30, right? Then maybe at 30, when the society has already closed me down, please explain. You guys help me out in the comment section. I don't know if I said I'm very confused. So help me, please. I don't understand. Like, explore in your 20s. Settle down before you're 35. Settle down before you're 25 and have kids. I know people having kids at the age of after 35, but biologically it's better before 35, right? So explore. Like, the progression, I don't understand the timeline. Especially because there's so much uncertainties of this in this world, right? Explore in your 20s. I'm already in the middle and I'm not started exploring. So explore, travel, they're settling down, get married, they have kids. I don't know how many kids, but then by 35, like, I feel like my brain has not even developed yet to the, like, calm down. Maybe you guys should reduce it to things I regret not doing in my 30s. Because this 20s is very limited. 20s, I'm figuring myself out, and there's so much that I'm supposed to be doing that I don't even know that I'm supposed to be doing. I don't just understand how I'm supposed to get a husband, be financially stable, have as much fun as I can before I get this motherhood. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to arrange my time. And we know very much that we don't need to arrange anything. So when I'm in my 30s, when I feel like I wasted my 20s, they say, oh, make friends, 50 times to make friends, but you make friends in your 20s because you need them in your 30s. Well, I have like 5 friends, 3 that occasionally care about me, and 2 that we talk. Like, this is the time they also want to figure out their lives. We don't even have quality time to spend because of capitalism. And to be honest, I just feel like you can make quality friends at any point in your life. I don't buy into the why I wait not making friends in my 20s. Like, we actually want to even make friends. And in my 20s, I want to make friends, but people have to go to work. People have to figure their lives out. People are very trying to put their lives in order. Some people are battling a lot of things. So, like, when you're saying go out with your friends, make friends in your 20s because you need them in your 30s, I just genuinely feel like I'm not going to regret not making friends in my 20s if I cannot. While I'm in my 30s, I'm sure I'll be able to make friends that will be as much quality. Like, there's this sort of pressure that I feel when I hear, oh, make friends in your 20s. Like, when you're trying to make friends, like, especially when you live in a country that you don't even know your neighbor, like, does that mean you're going to regret your 20s when you're in your 30s because you couldn't even make friends when you're not able to make friends? Oh, don't take things too seriously when you're in your 20s. So, if I'm on serious now, what will I be doing in my 30s? Like, if I'm just on serious, like, do I just automatically become serious in my 30s? Or do I, once I clock 30, will I just automatically become serious? Or what am I going to do in my life when I'm 30? If I'm being on serious right now, if I'm not taking anything to heart. Because I actually read a comment, and basically was like, oh, I was busy going to the uni, I was busy going to school, busy trying to become a doctor, now I don't have a life. Okay, if I don't go to school now, am I going to go to school in my 30s? Like, make it make sense, like, don't be serious now. So when I'm in my 30s, with the seriousness automatically come, what will I be doing in my 30s? But I'm not serious there. What will I be doing in my 30s? Like, what will I fall back on? What will I back on for growth if I'm on serious now? You're a doctor now because you spent those years trying to be a doctor. And if you didn't spend years trying to be a doctor, you will not be a doctor now. And you're probably not the kind of life you have now. So why are you regretting trying to be a doctor then? I don't get it. I have 3 questions. If I want to travel now, and I am unable to, and I cannot afford to travel now, does it mean I am wasting my 20s? Because when I see I wasted my 20s and I see I couldn't travel, like, does it mean I'm wasting my 20s? Because I don't want to waste my 20s. If I eventually get to travel in my 30s, does it mean I wasted my 20s still? Am I wasting my 20s if right now I'm having a hard time figuring it out? Am I wasting my 20s right now because I'm so confused? Or am I wasting my 20s right now because I'm conflicted on what to do with myself? I definitely was supposed to figure it out when I was in my teens. And lastly, like, am I wasting my 20s if I am learning? If I am making mistakes and learning? Like, will I get to my 30s and feel like I wasted my 20s by not doing some things if whatever I'm doing right now is teaching me instead? Like, if I'm learning from my mistakes right now, when I'm in my 30s, will I feel like I wasted my 20s? I just think that it is important to understand before you make videos about you regretting your 20s that these things that you know now, it is because you have grown. If you didn't know them then you can't regret what you didn't know at that point. You can wish that you knew them. I mean, that works. But I feel like you can't regret what you didn't know. You can't regret the ideas you didn't have. You can't regret the things, not doing the things you couldn't afford. And I feel like there's usually no time you cannot do these things. Like, even in your 30s, you can live like you're in your 20s. Like, the biological clock is ticking, but who really cares, especially in this age and time? If you could apply all these things that you know now, that you regret now, that you wish you did when you were 20s, like, would you have been able to? Like, have you thought about if you would have been able to? Have you thought about if you were, like, mature enough to be able to implement these things that you know now, that I think you are regretting? Like, would you have been able to do them when you were in your 20s. I just feel like all the purpose behind I wish I did this in my 20s, I regret my 20s, I wasted my 20s videos can be easily defeated because they are acting like they don't know the struggles that you go through when you're in your 20s. Like, you lived this reality, so you should know better. So don't say, I wish I traveled when I was in my 20s. Because definitely could we afford to travel. A lot of people could afford, a lot of people could, but a lot of people couldn't afford. A lot of people were in school. So if you wish to travel when you were in school, like, I would say you wasted your 20s because of that. Anyway, I hope you understand my confusion and my curiosity. This is not in any way to put anybody down. It's just me thinking out loud. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value for your time. Please make sure to come back to my channel tomorrow. I am going to be posting 7 days consecutively. I need your love and your support for encouragement. I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you are not. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.